All right, hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about self-healing. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen or a journal, if you follow me, you know I'm all about journaling. I think it's hugely transformative. It can change your life, and it is so crucial on your journey to self-healing or healing your health in general. But today I wanted to talk about self-healing because really our body knows exactly what to do as long as we give it the right tools, right? These things include sleep, the proper nutrition. All of these things will really help you, help your body do what it's supposed to do. And so sometimes it doesn't only come down to the food that we're eating. You can eat the most perfect diet, but if you are not sleeping right, if you are not, if you're in an unhealthy relationship, if you're not happy at work, all of these stressors, all these things add stress to your body. And literally, when you're in such a cycle of stress, your body pretty much shuts down because our body cannot distinguish between running from a tiger type of stress and just self-induced or work stress or relational stress, whatever. So our body doesn't know the difference between these things and literally will shut down in order to enter the fight, flight, or freeze mode to keep us alive. And so unfortunately, we're so often stressed now that our body is constantly in this stress mode, thinking that it needs to survive. And so we can be eating all of the right foods, but our body doesn't know what to do with it because our whole digestion, our gut, everything is not working properly. So obviously, like I said, I always recommend journaling. Tune into your body and really listen, because that's really, your body knows what to do. Your body wants to heal. Your body wants to help you. That's what it's created for. And so often, especially as women, we're taught not to listen to it, right? And there's so much confusing information out there. Sometimes we don't know how to eat right. It's a lack of information. Sometimes it's confusing information, right? Because one diet will tell you eat all the fats that you want. One diet tells you don't eat all the fats. And so it's really putting all of this together. And I think, at the base of any diet, there's always fruits and veggies. So this should be a core part of your diet. Make sure you're getting the right fruits and veggies. If you need to add in a super greens just to make sure you're getting that extra punch of fruits and veggies, make sure that you are eating primarily fruits and vegetables. Obviously, you want your protein, you want your carbs, all that stuff, but stick to whole foods, plant-based. And when it comes to meat, listen to your body. When we eat processed, chemical, factory farmed animals, which I've talked about before, we're getting all of these chemicals and antibiotics, and it's not good. Our body doesn't know what to do with that. It wreaks havoc in all sorts of ways. Dairy is an inflammatory, so make sure you're getting grass-fed. Just listen to your body. No, most of us, I think 75%, I think is the statistic, 75% of us are lactose intolerant, whether we realize it or not. And there's a reason for that. We're not meant to be consuming dairy as adults in the way that we do. So really just being aware of where you're getting all these things. Be mindful. When you eat, one of the biggest things that you can do, regardless of what you're actually eating, is chewing. And it seems so simple, but how do you think about it? How do you chew? Do you inhale, scarf your food while you're going from one meeting to another? Or, maybe you work out on your lunch breaks, you're just quickly eating and not paying attention while you're working. We need to be very mindful of how you chew. You can literally eat a donut. And if you're not chewing it, it's wreaking havoc on your system. But if you can actually chew it, take the time to chew it, it's still a donut. It's not good for you, but your body knows what to do with it, as opposed to just getting all this food that's not chewed at once. When we chew things, it breaks it down, and so it allows all the enzymes and all the process and allows our body to actually pull the proper nutrients from it. A lot of times, if you're not chewing properly, you may experience a lot of gas and bloating because your body has to work that much harder just to break it down in your stomach to get it to a point where it can digest it, let alone taking any sort of nutrients from it. So be mindful. This is one of the best things that you can do, is learn to chew. Chew it until it's a liquid. Even if you do it one bite out of your entire meal, just having that mindfulness, then the next time you'll think about it again. And you'll try and be a little bit more mindful you're eating. But ideally, if you can get between 20 and 50 chews, which I know myself, I'm fighting it. but I used to be a huge scarfer. Like I would just like, it was like the food was never gonna, you know, if I didn't eat it fast enough, it was gonna disappear. And so I suffered from a lot of these symptoms that I'm talking about. And chewing, just literally chewing that, even if it's only 5 bites a meal, once I realized that I need to slow down and chew, is so, so helpful. Again, and I always talk like feeling to heal. Like we have to feel to heal. And that's again where journaling comes in. If you're in a bad relationship, in a toxic or abusive relationship, if you have all sorts of inner blocks and limiting beliefs and you low self-worth, all this stuff comes into play, and it doesn't allow you, A, you might not care about what you're eating, and B, again, being in that stress mode, your body's just not gonna know what to do with the food that it's given. So look at these things, and on top of it all, we do need to move our body. And now that's not to say you don't have to go run 16 miles a day and then have a strength training session after. That's not for everybody. And there are some people who do have high intense workouts, and they may not even be at the ideal body weight or image or whatever that they want to be, because again, it's all mental, it's very mindful mentalness. Sometimes when you're working out so extremely, you're also sending your body a message. And again, your body can't do what it's supposed to because you're putting your body into a stress mode. So if doing 20 minutes of yoga or 30 minutes of yoga, whatever, feels good to you, again, like what feels good to you? Taking a 30-minute walk, all of these things are still, doing a 30-minute yoga may be more beneficial for you and your body type than running, 10 miles with strength training afterwards. And there's been stories of people who, do like, they feel like they need to run 10 miles and do this and just to maintain this weight. And when they finally let go and have that release of that stress of having to do this daily, their bodies will naturally go to where they're supposed to go. Our body, like I said, your body wants to help you. Your body wants to get to this ideal weight in this ideal place. That's its job, its function. And it's sending you all sorts of signals. It's really up to you to listen to it. So if you have a journal out, get it out, have a piece of paper, you can pause this, come back to it, pause it and write whatever, save it, whatever, and always come back. But one thing, the first question I want you to ask yourself when it comes to your diet, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your fitness, nutrition, everything like that, relationships, career, in looking at all of that, where do you need support? Where do you feel like intuitively you need to grow and build? Maybe you're in a relationship that you need to leave. So it's like, what do you know? What do you know of your lifestyle, health, fitness, anything? What do you know you should be doing that you're not? Maybe it's leaving a relationship. Maybe it's cutting out the processed foods. I'm not telling you to do all that right now. Just write it down and you can revisit it. Sometimes getting it out is really helpful. So again, if you need to pause it, come back to it, anything like that. Where do you feel the resistance? Where a lot of times when we know we need to do something, we feel this huge resistance to it. And a lot of times that's telling us that's something we need to do, but we don't want to do. So really get curious about that. Why are you feeling the resistance? And just look at all the aspects of your life that you do feel resistant to. And then, so what do you know you should be doing, but you're not? What do you feel resistance to? And in looking at all of your relationships, career, all that. What is your relationship to food? Because a lot of times the relationship we have to food comes from childhood, the way that our families ate, and we take that into adulthood may not be the best thing for us. Or it could be opposite. Maybe we had like a healthy diet when we were younger, but we were in toxic environments, and so we emotionally ate. So what is your relationship to food? Why are you eating? How is your environment? Well, how is your eating environment? So kind of like I said before, are you eating on the go? Are you eating in the car? Are you eating between meals? Are you paying attention? Are you eating while watching TV and just mindlessly eating? Or are you maybe sitting outside in an environment and mindfully chewing? But I talked about chewing before, but it's also really important to sit with your food, because a lot of times we watch TV or we just don't pay attention to the food. So we just eat, and you don't realize, because it takes 20 minutes for your body to actually realize that it's full. And so many times that we just because we're not paying attention that we overfeed ourselves and then we're just like stuffed. And a lot of times, because we constantly get to that feeling, we don't feel like we are satisfied until we feel that. I know. I'm speaking to myself in this situation. I eat really fast, I just love the experience of eating. I love food. I love all of that stuff. So then I just keep eating, not because I'm hungry anymore, but because I love the taste of it. And so then it comes to the point where I'm just like overly stuffed. And then if I don't get that feeling, I feel like I need to eat more. So how is your eating environment? How are you eating? Are you being mindful? Are you eating it quickly? And then what do you need to support yourself right now? What do you, kind of goes back to the first question, what do you know you should be doing but you're not? But what do you need to support yourself? Do you need community? Do you need an accountability coach? Do you need a friend? Do you need to set boundaries within yourself? So what do you need to support yourself right now? So again, you can pause, you can go back, journal all these things, leave comments in the comment section, or leave me messages in the comment section, whatever. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, questions, concerns. If you're open to sharing your answers to some of these, I would love to hear what you feel are blocking you from maintaining or from starting your health journey. Maybe you are in good health and you want to share some tips and tricks that you have as well. So please leave comments down below, share this, tag a friend, save it, whatever you feel called to do so that more people can get this message and we can have this conversation out. And if you want to explore it further, you can get a free 50-minute consultation with me where we kind of like go over your health history and we look at things like this. We'll look at like what your relationship is to food, how you grew up eating. So we look at kind of all of these things that I've been talking about and just come up with the plan to move forward and see if the program is for you or not. But again, thank you so much for listening. And just remember, your body wants to help you. Take care of your body and your body will take care of you. Feed it the right things, minimally processed, ideally eliminate processed foods, but we take it by slow, manageable steps because unfortunately the American diet is less than ideal. And there's just so many commercials and so much misinformation flying all over the place. So thank you so much for watching and I hope to hear from you below.